I would love to invite Richard and Kathy Sockel up, and they're going to tell us about the next steps in their church planting journey.
Good morning, everybody. So nice to see everybody. About 4 weeks ago, I think it was, we came up here and shared with you our endeavor that we feel called to be planting a church in our Ventura County. So we wanted to give you a little bit more update about what's been going on. It's surprising. I thought once we did this update, we'd go like, yeah, it's going pretty good. Thanks for having us, and thanks. We'll tell you a little bit more as we go along. But it's been a little bit like following a detective story. I mean, I feel like a detective where there's like clues and things coming to us, and it's surprising me because, and it's affirming too, because it's exciting to know that God just loves people and is after people, and we get to partner with him. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and let Richard tell you more specifically the kinds of detective things we're breadcrumbs we're following here. Go ahead, babe.
All right, thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. So on November 7th, we gave the announcement to everyone to let you know about this really exciting adventure that we're on to plant a new church. And so since then, it's been quite astonishing, actually, how things are taking shape and forming. And I just want to say how much we appreciate you and the opportunity to include you in our process, because we are a part of you and you are a part of us. And it's really astonishing and dazzling, in fact, that God has these amazing plans for people, and then we are invited to discover what that is. And so that's kind of what I think Kathy is alluding to with these breadcrumbs, because it's like, you know, you remember the story as you go from one to another, and eventually you get home, you come home. And so just in terms of an update, we feel very strongly now that the physical space that we will one day inhabit once we launch is going to be in East Ventura and Saticoy, with an emphasis on Saticoy, which, as it turns out, is kind of in our backyard because we live in East Ventura. So that was kind of exciting. We thought maybe we would go south, but we're going east instead. We have been really understanding, I think to a greater extent, that there are a lot of liminal spaces in the world. And I appreciate the DNA of liminal church in us, because we have discovered that there's a liminal space in terms of people and people groups. And so we have selected a name for our church, which will be Rockbridge Vineyard. And the idea is that we're building bridges between places where there's a gap, because bridges bring spaces together. And there are a group of people who have Latin hyphen whatever, so Mexican, American, Guatemalan, American, Dominican, American, and they live in this liminal space between the two. They're not quite people of their country of origin, and they're not quite American, but there's something in between, and that's the liminality of mestizaje. That's a word in Spanish, mestizaje, something that's a mixture. And so we feel very strongly that is going to be where we are headed. And we especially feel God's heart for young people, for millennials and Gen Z who inhabit that liminality. We've been making contacts with other church leaders, so spiritual leaders and community leaders in the area, and that's been super exciting. And so now kind of our next step is really just to craft very carefully and prayerfully our mission, vision, and values, so that we can articulate that and invite other people to be a part of it, including you. So don't be surprised if we call you and say, hey, can you loan us a this or a that, or a worship leader, or or an artist or something, because we would really like to partner with all of you as we move forward. So thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you, Richard and Kathy. You are and will remain in our prayers.